Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Live from the Den and the. I'm your host. Hope everybody had a fantastic day today. Today, I want to speak a little bit about self-esteem, something that everybody say they have. And self-esteem deals with how we value and perceive ourselves. It deals with your very own confidence that you have within yourself. Not the confidence that you may have developed from the opinions of others, but the confidence that you have within you. Because your self-esteem will not only tell of how you view yourself, it will also tell how you view others, how you view happiness and how you view success. For your self-esteem will tell how you view life. It will tell if you're living in a healthy or an unhealthy place in your life. For your self-esteem is either built on the integrity of your very own character, or your self-esteem is built upon the opinions of others. Because as I said, your self-esteem deals directly with your confidence. And every last one of us at one point or another in our lives are guilty of building our character from off the opinions of others. But there's nothing wrong with that, because many ones still do it to this very day. There's nothing wrong with it, especially if the opinions of others are in your best interest. But today we are living in a time that is being bombarded with so many different images of what self-esteem look like. And this is what they are calling today confidence in our world. For it's beginning to cause people, young and old alike, to question their very own self-esteem and to challenge their confidence. People are trying to find images that they can duplicate in their very own lives that best fit them. It can be from to help their self-esteem, their confidence, or some people just want to alter the way they look. But to what end are people willing to go to achieve that image of what they think is a beautiful image? And what is the pros and cons? Does the benefit outweigh the risk? And are you willing to pay the price if the risk is greater than the benefit to achieve to what you may think is the perfect you? So let's dive right into it. Let's go see what the pros and cons and the benefits and risks that go along with creating the image of the perfect you. As you all know, we are living in the times where a lot of people are getting all types of augmentations, cosmetic surgeries, or some type of reconstructive surgery. And for many, they look just nice. They look just as good as they did before, as well as after the surgery. I have some photos of ones who have had cosmetic surgeries before. She had a little cosmetic surgery did, not too much, but they look just the same. So some people are not really going too much overboard, but the augmentation or the reconstructive surgery that spreading like wildflowers today is the BBL, the Brazilian butt lift is what they call it. But they reported that 60,000 people a year is having this procedure done. And that's of all ethnic backgrounds. That's not just one background, but what are the pros and cons? Is that women are beginning to compete with one another? But what if your spouse say that he think that it is not a good idea because of all the risk factors that go along with it? Would you get it done anyway? What if your spouse say that he wants you to get it done irregardless as to the risk factors that may have caused you harm? Will you still get it done anyway? Let's say that you know some of the risk factors and side effects yourself, and your 20, your 19, 20, 21-year-old daughter want to get the procedures done. Will you encourage her to do it, or will you try to talk her out of it? Some of the downfalls of this procedure have absolutely nothing to do with the procedure itself, but a lot to do if you are in a committed relationship, the strain that it may cause on the relationship. Are you willing to justify or to jeopardize all of that for this temporary image of what you may think will be the perfect you. Don't get me wrong. I know there's a lot of benefits to it because we are seeing too many people today doing it. And some look very nice and some not so nice. But as long as you are doing your due diligence by doing a thorough research of what it all entails, the benefits, the risks, and side effects that go along with all this, or are you just like many people setting a date and time and a place to go to get this procedure done? For statistics' sake, that there's a growing number of women who regret ever getting this procedure ever done. For Cardi B was one, for she said that she had to take 95% of her injections to get them removed. She said that when she was once a dancer, she felt intimidated by how the bigger girls or the bigger dancers was as far as the proportionates of their bodies. This is how she looked when she was young, before she had the BBL. She said when she was young, she was often teased by the boys in the neighborhood about how small she was. She said she felt affected and her self-esteem was being tackled every day. She said, but after going through so many different complications from having the procedure done, she said she couldn't take it no more. So she sent a message that you all can view on her YouTube page where she openly discussed what she went through. And she sent a message to all young ladies. She said, if you are 19, 20, 21, she said, don't get the BBL because it comes with too many risks. And this is how she was looked before she had it. And this is how she looked after she got it. But what risks and what are you willing to pay to get that? Nicki Minaj, who was another one. For on her interview, she said that she regret getting the procedure as well. She said that she put an airline approved flotation device in her behind. An airline approved flotation device. Wow. In her behind. She said she felt so uncomfortable around other girls in Hollywood, so what she had to do something to change her image. And she said Lil Wayne suggested to her to get it done. Airline approved floating device. To what end are people willing to go to create that, what they think is the perfect them? At one point, they was using cement. Now, how can anyone ever agree to put cement in their bodies? And how can cement ever feel soft? Does the benefit outweigh the risk? And there was another one. Kim, I think her name was Kim, or was it K. Michelle? She started crying when I looked at her interview. She said she had 4 surgeries to have her injections removed. 4 surgeries. She had 13 operations to remove blotted silicones and 2 blood transfusions. She thought she had lupus. She said she felt symptoms that she had lupus. She thought she was dying. She was having a very hard time with this procedure. She said that she did it all for the looks and to please others. Now, does that sound familiar today? How many people are doing this procedure for the looks and to please others? And these are just some of the risks of having this BBL procedure did. And all of this has to do with your self-esteem and the confidence that you have in you. So the question must be asked again. Is your self-esteem and confidence that you have today, is it built on the integrity of your own character? Or is it built upon the opinions of others? I mean, do you feel that you have to compete to protect your self-image, even if it costs you to place your own body, your own health in maybe harm's way? I mean, does everyone suffer some kind of side effects? I don't know. Is it tempting to most women to have this image of themselves to where they have a reconstructed figure or what they may perceive as the perfect them? I think the question is yes. Every woman is being tempted to some degree today. But if you were to look up Cardi B, her YouTube page, Nicki Minaj, their YouTube pages, K Michelle, their YouTube page, when they were explaining this procedure, you would see that they all were saying one thing in common, and that is that they all did it because of what the opinions of others thought of them. Peer pressure. Peer pressure is very strong, and we have all, every last one of us. And there's still some to this very day, even as they get older, it's being affected by peer pressure. Peer pressure is not only what others say about you or what you think about you, but peer pressure is most importantly how you think about yourself, because what you think about yourself will be the determining factor of how you respond to the opinions of others through peer pressure. It will be a direct relationship as to whether you are living in a healthy or an unhealthy place. And as far as your self-esteem goes, don't get me wrong, but there's a world of people out here who are just simply unique. They are unique in everything that they do, the way they dress, the way they act, the way they talk, and most importantly, the way that they think. And they are totally comfortable with their self-esteem. And for those who are having multiple different procedures done to their bodies, I'm quite sure, and there may be many that experience absolutely no side effects at all. I just think it's very important to do your due diligence and research everything about it. Don't do it to please somebody else. If that is what you are going to do, make this decision be your decision, because your success in life will be determined by your own confidence and fortitude. Your self-worth is not determined by what someone else think of you, their opinion of you. You don't need no validation from anyone to tell you who or what you are. Because if you are constantly looking for validation or the approval of others, you would never ever get to know the real you. People don't understand that they are either going to walk inside of their own story in life, or they're going to stand outside of their story and hustle to try to gain their self-worth by satisfying the opinions of others. Because self-love, self-respect, and self-worth, but there's a reason why all these words begin with the word self. And that's because you can't find them in anyone else other than you. And there's no other race, the particular race that they're doing this to. But they have created this image that many different women of all national backgrounds feel as if it will look better on them than anyone else. And so there's no particular ones that being targeted. You have many different women who are creating this particular look. Everybody. You have Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian. They all are pursuing this look. Jada, she said she was small being teased all her lives, so she also doing it. So there's no particular race of people that is being targeted by this. They all are doing it. But do the risks, is it better than the benefits? Some of the benefits are, they say it would improve your body proportions. It would reduce fat in other parts of your body. It will give you a natural look and a natural feel. You'll fit better in your clothes and your cellulite is less visible. But some of the risks are infections, necrosis, scars, excessive bleeding, blood clot, sensation loss, nerve damage, seroma, swelling, incisions opening, lumps under the skin, as well as sagging skin. That's a lot of risk. That's a whole lot to think about. But always remember, many people under peer pressure are being manipulated through the narratives that what they are is not enough. So how can a mother tell a daughter that she can't have the procedure when she herself have had the procedure done? What message are we sending? That you are not good enough to stand alone on your own? That you are not able to move a mountain with your mind no more? For you have to move not only the mountain, but anything that comes as a challenge against you with your looks. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with enhancement, but does the benefits outweigh the risks? We are seeing people who are getting the procedure done in Mexico for $2,000. What do you think you're going to get for $2,000? So again, I must ask, does the benefit, does it outweigh the risk? Or does the risk outweigh the benefits? But always remember, the hardest challenge is to be yourself in a world where everyone is trying to make you be somebody or someone other than your true self. Because if you're not someone who has a natural and effortless love for yourself, it's going to be hard to let go of your desires in trying to please others. And that's really not an ingredient for a happy life. Because confidence isn't walking into a room with your nose in the air and thinking that you are better than everyone else in the room. But confidence is walking in the room and not having to compare yourself to anyone else in the first place. So we are allowing society to redirect us in a way that we're going down this rabbit hole. And the rabbit hole is getting deeper and deeper and deeper. We have some people who have been done so much reconstruction from their hair to their eyes, to their lips, to their cheekbones, to the tummy tucks, to the Brazilian butt lifts, to where the person that's standing before you is not even the same person maybe that you once knew. So again, let's say that the spouse say, I think it's too many risks. And you do it anyway. Or let's say the spouse say, I want you to do it, and you don't want to do it. And he forces you to do it anyway. Now we didn't create this conflict of interest. Now we didn't created this narrative where women feel that the only way that they are able to compete is by following the leader. As they say, do as the Joneses do. So now we're beginning to create all this illusionary look that is causing more harm than it is causing good for many. But again, does everybody goes through some form of pain? I'm not a physician. I don't know. But I know it's never good when everybody follow the leader. Somebody has to make a conscientious choice. They say, I'm going to live my life and I don't want to be recognized by my hair or the clothes that I wear. I want to be recognized by the person that I am. So again, I hope that those who have had it and did their due diligence and researched and made a conscientious choice and satisfied with the decisions they made. And those who may have had some bad experience, I hope that everything turned out a little better. So again, before you get any type of augmentation of any kind, research it. Research all of it first, and then make a conscientious choice to see if it's worth it or if it's worth it's not. Because your decision may not only affect you, it may also affect your loved ones. Until next time, search out someone to be kind to, and maybe Just maybe in your search of others, someone will find you and be kind to you. Love one another and be kind to each other. Peace.